We are good to go. Alright, so we're good to go. Whoa, you were here quickly. So yeah, we finished 25. I streamed it last night for about 10 minutes. Yeah, I can tell you what I did. I also describe it in the video. Cause like I played after, cause I was like, this man. And I ran into so many annoying issues in the middle of it. Okay, yeah. So what happened was, I kind of changed my perspective. So I went for the bottom two druids in the corners first because the way the game seemed to work, every turn, one of the druids would get reinforcements around it, but it would go from the top two to the bottom two. So I focused on murdering them first. And then what I would do is I kept the other two alive until it strategically made sense to kill them. So like, I used Volsuga a lot because, you know, you can 3-range Gale Force to get around things. And yeah, Volsuga with Gale Force made it possible. And like, I had to be careful because I was kind of baiting out and trying to figure out what the range of certain enemies were and what would happen when I did it. And Khepri kept charging me even when she was out of range when I'd go to certain spots. So I had to be very careful with where I was because she kept charging me and killing herself. The other problem I would encounter is that she recruits herself the moment you kill one of the three of the 4 druids, right? Or summoners. So, like, if a druid suicided into me, she would recruit herself during the enemy phase and get murdered by everything around her, which happened to me like 3 times. It was really annoying. She would just be like, oh, time to be blue, and then it would be in the middle of the enemy's turn, and she'd be smack dag in the middle of the map and just get blasted by everybody. So I'd just be like, fuck, man. So that was annoying. The next thing I discovered was that, if I gave, with the Dawncaller and a Holy Water on Isabel, she could tank both the front dragon and the boss at the bottom with the Morganis amulet and not die. So like, the dragon does 43 piercing, like, you can't change that. But the hilarious thing is that the dude with the sleep tome, he has a 10% chance of doing 8 damage when you do that to her, so he just never hits. And then once he comes up, I just blast him with everybody in the area. Especially Estelle, who he can't, yeah. You can lure him on turn 1. The problem is, like, but I couldn't do it because Khepri would charge with him, and then I'd kill her. So, like, I had to wait until she recruited, and then I had Isabel walk down there and just draw him in and murder him, so I had the amulet right in front of the door. Which was good. And then what I would do is, you know... Oh, yeah. Then I would, you know, position everybody around and get ready to kill the 4th druid or summoner, while I would have Halfdan head down to the bottom left to get the chest there, with the chest key and a door key and stuff like that, which he was able to do. I got a rescue staff, a white gem, and a Thoron from there, I think. And there was a spear, and there was a Fenrir, and there was an Eternal Seal. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So then what I did after that was I kind of gathered everybody in front of the throne room and I killed the 4th guy, which opened the door. And I actually did it in a way where I killed him before he even got to phase 2. I killed him on turn 10 because I was able to just kind of get into the throne room when he had no reinforcements, weaken him, and then blast through and just kill him with 3 people. Because, like, while he does do a ton of damage, he can't really crit you, and he has no abilities. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mark. Yeah, so, and, you know, I got some decent level ups, but for the most part, it was kind of like, eh. So we cleared on turn 10, and he never got to phase 2, so I never had to deal with his 3 Draco zombie reinforcements. I just was able to hit him twice with Jocko with a Holy Sword. And then... Oh, it was Ralphnir, of course. Ralphnir with the Natalie C support. Attacked 4 times, doing 7 times 4. We're doing good, how about you? And he crit the 2nd time, and he won. So, you know. Yeah, he's got 30 strength, 25 speed, and 21 skill, and like 23 defense. So he's doing okay. His health is also 57. I'm tempted to give him the Angelic Robe. Sorry. I'm tempted to give him the Angelic Robe because like the higher his health, the higher his Wrath range is. But I also might want to save them for later. Because like if he has like 80 health, then his Wrath range is 40. And if his speed is high enough, he's never going to get hit anyway. So you could just keep him in Wrath. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. The secret Lunatic objective is don't kill any of the Flame Guard bombs. You know, and kill her. But I still think that if I put the crit negator on Isabel, give her the Dawn Caller, and have her charge in, with Nihil, she'll negate Astra, and her res will be high enough that Courtney won't be able to do anything. You know, like, she'll charge me, and I'll just blast her. And her Astra won't work, and her damage will be low. She's gonna double me, probably, but it doesn't matter. I could also Barrier Staff her. Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna figure it out. But we also have to buy some things. So we're gonna get into that. With King Kengak slain, Darius becomes the new king of Styxia. True to his word, he promises to help Jocko dethrone Mortimer. After a month of organizing, a war council is held in Cadia. My friends, the day has arrived. Styxia's men are ready for war. All of them alive, as we agreed. And what of the rest of you? Have you finished your preparations? Samson! Took a lot of effort, but I've also mobilized an army. It's not a large force, but it will draw Mortimer's gaze. On my command, they will march across the Emperor Mountain. After that, they will attack from the east, causing chaos. Give them strict orders not to harm Andaron civilians. My Harriers and what's left of Clan Scotty are also mobilized. Some berserkers from Halfdan's clan offered to join us. They will sail south, attacking Andaron's coastal supply line. My Harriers will ensure that no villages are put to the torch. What about the Icebreakers? Are they still loyal to their Jarl? As we speak, my clan is holding a tournament in the Ring of Honor. Once it concludes, the winner will lead the Icebreakers to sail south. Guardian wins! My plan for how we can breach Andaron's defenses. Samson! To start off, our allies will raid Andaron's north and east sides. This will sow confusion and give us a tactical advantage. Then the Styxian army will march towards the Infernal Pass. Samson! Hope you're not planning to attack the Infernal Pass. It's impenetrable. A dozen wars have proven this to be true. Not even 100,000 men could sunder the flame walls. My late father discovered the Flame Guard wall has a flaw. I'll show it to you once we arrive at the border. Till then, there are some war funds from the Royal Treasury. If you speak to Ahmed, he will procure you some rare goods. Stole all this crap off the bodies of my dead enemy. You wouldn't believe all the shiny stuff in their pockets. Treasure's infinite. The great Meta's greed knows no limit. If you wish to obtain my wares, you must pay me with ample coin. Hell yeah, $10,000 to add to my list of money. Speak to Darius when you're ready to go to war. You can also talk to Ahmed to purchase rare goods. Okay, so once again we've got Jaka, who's insane. I still marvel at how insane he is every time. Darius ended up okay. Ahmed, with his undead. Capri. I do have to be careful of that. Also, Helga ended up maxing out almost everything that matters. So I'm happy about that. Samson! And Estelle is still amazing. I still can't believe how good Estelle is. She already maxed her speed. Her base 85 avoid. Victoria's doing alright as well. Her speed's a little bad, but, you know, she's alright. And her luck, I will be able to make it 31. Oh god, I forgot about this. We're doing this. No, get away. I'm sorry, that's rude, but still. Fucking... I need to find a reason to deploy this bomb. But I never can, because I'm always like, ugh, something else. Halfdan, you're benched forever. Oh. That's true. Zari is fine. Vard. Amelia's also doing well. Oh, cool. I heard chickens are bums. I mean, they're mean. Yeah, so Amelia's decent. Her speed is actually fine. Like, it's higher than I thought it was. And Void Flare makes her a house. Alright, let's talk to... Wait. One thing I want to do... Yeah, we have 3 white gems, too. So we've got we have $35,000 right here, not counting the money we already have. So we've got a ton of money. What's up, Bob? And I was doing it just for this instance because I believe we can buy Hemmerns here, and Hemmerns not only are required for repairing regalias, but they give 100 experience regardless of what level you are when you use one. So for every mage who can use a staff, it's a guaranteed level up every time you use one. So I could easily level up 5-6 times for every character if I really wanted to every turn. So yeah, only Hemmerns is the plan unless I find something I really need. Like a fired sword or something, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna get at least 5 or 6 Hemmerns because I need to repair every regalia, and I'm gonna need them all for 29. And I want to repair Starlight and give it to Dawn, just because, like, you know, Starlight's pretty good. What's up, boss? You really don't have to call me that, Tindara. You're the leader of our group. That makes you the boss. Honestly, I'm not sure I am. I just filled bowed shoes. That's true. And the Gale Force is better, and the Gale Force bow is better than every regalia. I guess if you could find a way to make Void Flare so that you were still doubling people, it would be the best one. But that's super hard, because you need 25 con. The former boss died, so you stepped up. Nothing's wrong with that. Bod really liked you, you know, after our meeting with the Emperor Mountains, in the Emperor Mountains. The whole journey back in Silver Mist, he talked about what a good king you'd be. He's looking forward to building a good relationship between Andaron and Tamat. Very much hope to realize this dream one day. It's not going to happen as long as Mortimer sits on the throne. You wanted your brother to become the king. He will never forgive you. I don't care about his forgiveness. He instigated the civil war in Tamac. Forced me to kill my own people, as well as my very own blood. Samson! The Rodan was a terrible brother, but maybe things would be different. I'm gonna look Mortimer in his eyes before you impale him. I want him to know the suffering he caused my country. Damn it, I thought I hated the guy. I don't hate him, I pity him. He's a wretched man. Schemers and plotters are the worst kind of people. The world would be better off without them. I'll toast to that. Imagine a world without backstabbing and betrayals. Won't ever happen, but one can dream, right? At some point, dreams are the only things we have left. You alright there, Helga? Take you a bit of a nap? Go away. Full of sunshine and joy as usual. Go away, leave me alone. Oh, you don't look so good right now. Are you coming down with something? It's none of your concern. It has something to do with that what you did to Ilonda, isn't it? Helga, speak truly, please. How long do you have left? A few months at most, maybe less. A few months? That can't be. How much did you give her? Ilonda's life force is leaking out. She's like a bucket with holes. You can fill it up with water, but eventually it will all empty out. We're both running out of time. I cannot keep her alive forever. You telling me you're actively feeding her your own life force? It's called the Soul Link, a secret technique that Skilla taught me when I was a child. Why did she teach you this? I don't know. Probably for her. I was to use it in case she ever perished. Okay, now we know. Giving my life to her, that was my task. The process binds two people together. They will actively sustain one another. As long as one lives, the other cannot die. At least not while they are close together. I was like, you only came with us because of Ilonda, didn't you? I could not force her to stay behind in Hornheim, so I had to follow along. I'm so sorry, that's awful. Why didn't you say anything? Shut up, I hate it when people pity me. I don't need your useless sympathy. I made a choice, and I have to live with the consequences, that's all. Don't patronize me by giving me this useless lecture. What's done is done. Can the Soul Link be reversed? Not without killing Ilonda. So you're the only thing keeping her alive. We have to try and find a solution to restore her. Maybe Darius knows. There is no solution. Whatever the ritual did, we cannot fix her. Maybe my grandmother knew, but she's long dead now. She never kept any journals or notes. Trust me, I searched. All we can do now is make use of the little time we have left. Maybe bringing this Mortimer to justice is going to be worth it. Hey, do I have the ring? Yeah, I do. Hey there, Capri. I've been quite busy, so we never get to speak much. I'm sorry about that. That's okay. Darius seems to like you, so don't you worry about it. Have you tuned on each other for long? Oh yeah, since we were both kids, we met in one of Styxia's bazaars. I was just a street rat then, stealing from the merchants to survive. How come a street rat ended up serving the king of Styxia? Darius would often sneak out of the palace to wander the streets in disguise. It's a regular reverse Aladdin. He said he enjoyed watching people without all the royal mumbo-jumbo. He saw me steal a piece of fruit, but he didn't report me to the guards. Instead, he offered to steal more stuff together, just the two of us. As the Prince of Styxia, he was the Prince of Styxia at the time. Why would he need to steal anything? He enjoyed the rush, said it was more fun than anything he did back at the palace. I stole to survive, but Dari did it for sport. He liked the challenge and excitement. Of course, he didn't tell me who he really was until much later. Shocked me, it did. Darius is an odd fellow. The more I hear about him, the more confused I get. He's a good man, he is. Nothing like his foul pa. He's a lot more similar to what? To my own pa. I miss him. Your father perished in the tomb, right? I remember Darius talking about it. He did. I asked Dari to look for any clues, but he said you guys found nothing. Actually, Capri, I just realized something. We found a ring down in the tomb. Would you happen to recognize it? It's my pa's wedding ring. Oh, yeah, damn, I feel bad about not bringing this to you at once. I had a lot on my mind when I was down in that blasted tomb. I was focused on not dying. That's okay, I'm just happy you found it. This ring, it holds a lot of value to me. Your mother's still alive? She might appreciate it. She sadly died through the plague, like so many of our people. Same plague the necromancers unleashed upon Andaron? I had no idea it affected Styxia too. Yeah, it was a double-edged sword. It killed thousands of the Styxians. Damn necros, my father died to that plague. I'm so sorry you lost a parent to it as well. It's okay, I've accepted what happened. At least I know I have a keepsake. At least now I have a keepsake. Something to remember both my pa and my mum by. Actually helps a lot. Thank you, Jock, I appreciate it. I'm just glad I could bring you some closure. The armor I wear belonged to my father. Wear it in his memory, it's how I honor it. Or I wear it in his memory, it's how I honor him. Maybe your ring will help you do the same. Very sweet. All of Kepri's stats are 1, and she has a new skill. Shoutouts to Solidarity. I mean, that's a really good ability. Like, this stuff together makes her a really good support character to have with you. Yeah, plus she reduces damage. Stell, what are you holding there? This is a Styxian wand. It has magic properties. Looks like a regular tobacco pipe. It's what they would have you believe. Don't listen to the lies of the commoners. As an expert on Styxian culture, I know the true meaning behind this magic item. I bought it from a merchant, and after paying him a little extra, he told me. Told you what? It's a unique wand that requires a special incantation to work, you see. You put it in your mouth and you inhale. The magic powder will infuse your body. And you'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. So you smoke the pipe. Such a simple mind can never grasp the truth behind this legendary artifact. Wait, Estelle, something smells funny. Are you sure that's tobacco? Hey, were you not listening? It's not a pipe, it's a wand. I will now demonstrate how to use it properly. Watch. Wait, Estelle, don't inhale. I'm pretty sure that's... Estelle, you alright? Finally see the truth of the universe. Whatever you do, don't take another. Man, Styxian magic sure is potent. I've never felt this relaxed in my life. I'm just gonna let her sleep on the floor. Stat reduction. No, I'm kidding. Hey, Jaka. Hello, Victoria. You done with your preparations? Yeah, sure. Seem a little distracted. Something on your mind? What do you think about the Styxian dancing girls? They're pretty, right? Well, Darius didn't invite all the men the other night to watch them perform in the harem. I mean, that seems a little inappropriate, but whatever. Wait, are you serious? Yeah, though I didn't have time. I was busy planning for war. Based on what I heard, it was quite the show, though. The boys were satisfied. How were they satisfied? Like, was it a nice dance, or... And do you like them? The dancers, that is. Sure, they're pleasant enough to watch. The way they twist their bodies around. What man wouldn't? Well, in that case, I have a little surprise for you. Really now. Come down to the harem after midnight, I'll show you. Victoria, today's the day we leave. We're marching to war against Andaron. Don't tell me you've forgotten. Wait, that's today? I thought we left tomorrow. Really need to learn to pay attention. Have you even packed your stuff? Oh no. Well, you better get started because we're leaving this place in a few hours. I'll get out of your hair so you can begin. Spent a whole month trying to learn how to belly dance and even bought this outfit. Well, Rip. It's fine. Christine, I'm glad to see you preparing. Your lance looks sharp. This is what we have all been working towards for so long. I want to make sure I'm ready. You do realize we might have to face House Rose again in battle. Yeah, I realize that, but still. Don't worry, I'll bench you. Last time we fought them, it was a very dark day. Grandfather's betrayal, I'll never forget it. Oli tells me that after all this time, you still look up to him. Yes, to the man he used to be, not the one he became. Grandfather Samuel may have wronged us all in the end. However, this does not take away from his other deeds. She might be good. You could probably find a way. I still get angry when I think about how he sold Baudimon out. Still, I suppose I cannot overlook his countless other deeds. He saved me and bowed countless times during the rebellion. I suppose none of us would be here if it wasn't for old man Sam. If you had a chance to speak with him again, would you forgive him? Honestly, don't know what I would do, not unless I saw him stand before me. I suppose we will all meet again in the great beyond. Maybe we'll see then. Yeah, you're gonna see him a little earlier than that. But, you know, it's fine, whatever. Yeah. I think Samuel regrets what he did to you. He would apologize to you if he could. How can you know? Yep. He'll just have like 6 more health. My parents died in the siege of Holtmeyer, so grandfather Samuel raised me instead. He took care of me and Lily as if we were his own daughters. He trained us both. I cannot bring myself to think he was evil. He was just twisted by Mortimer's words. Mortimer is a vile fiend, but I do not blame him for Samuel. We are all responsible for our own choices, Christina. I know that, Jaka. I did not mean to tear open old wounds. Just make sure you're prepared for the choices you're about to make. Oh, new dialogue. Hello, Ash. She appears to be meditating. I probably shouldn't disturb her. Burn the heretics. Watch their flesh melt. Yes, delicious fire. Yeah, I should leave. Alright, well that was something. Alright, Don, what do you have to say? Damn, I was Don, not damn, Don. Damn, I was wondering about something. Don, I was wondering about something. Yes? You say you were summoned by Dawn Caller, correct? Does that mean we can do the same with others? Of course, under the right circumstances. Can you teach us how to use the other regalia to summon more ancestors? We could use them to fight Mortimer. That is not how regalia ought to be used. They are not mere weapons of war. Yeah, the problem in this game is that they don't really give you long enough to kind of make them work. You'd have to do a lot. You'd have to do what I did with Ralphnir in order to make them usable. And that's really hard. It just adds a bunch of bullshit to it. They're only used in times of great crisis and need to ensure our survival. So you're saying you know how it's done? Every regalia is different. How to unlock them varies with each noble house. Sadly, I was not given the instructions for every single regalia in existence. Though I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. We ancestors are not just mere tools. Find other soldiers to fight your wars. You're really dense, aren't you, Don? I plan to restore the Lightbringer dynasty. Before I defeat Mortimer, who do you think I intend to place on the Silver Throne? Or after? I plan to finish what Baudimont started. Ailanda will rule until her son grows up. How is that not important enough? Whoever sits on the throne is irrelevant. A century from now, Mortimer will be dust. You are not seeing the bigger picture. Your little revenge is pointless. Restoring the Lightbringer dynasty is not on your list of priorities, then what is? Ensuring the survival of our bloodline, so future Lightbringers can exist. By placing a Lightbringer back on the throne, I am ensuring your survival. Our goals are intertwined. You care only for petty revenge. You don't give a damn about us. It's not true. I cared about Bod, and he loved Ailanda. I'm doing this for him. I'll keep an eye on you and see if you're true to your words. If I sense any dishonesty from you, I'll make sure you regret it. Alright, I'll prove myself. I don't even think she could kill him. Like, I think he would kill her. He would technically double. He has 79 health. She has 13 defense, and his attack power is like 42. Yeah, Dawnbreaker, she might be able to do it, but I still think he would kill her before he would quad her before she even had a chance. But that's the same for most people. Like, Jock is pretty unkillable at this point. I mean, his only weakness is res, and he's got 17 of that. He also could theoretically double backfire with a 4% chance. Okay, let's do this stuff. Oh, Jocko, look what I got. What's that, a dress? A Styxian gown. Look at these amazing embroideries. Isn't it just gorgeous? Wait, are those emeralds and diamonds? That dress must have cost a small fortune. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's fine. I told Darius he'd pay him back later. Wait, what? Don't worry, once you see me in this dress, it'll be so worth it. Oh, they were going to war. We need our funds for weapons and supplies. That's true, but morale is also equally important in battle, don't you think? Well, yeah, sure. Imagine how all the male soldiers will feel when they see me in this gorgeous dress. They will fight ever more fiercely in the battle. For nothing motivates a man like a maiden. Grampy always told me that in times of war, men will fight hard to protect beauty. Samuel said that, eh? Well, yes. I would be upset about the dress, but I'm just glad to see you smiling again. I don't know about the dress, but I will fight to protect that smile. Jock, I didn't know you were trying to court me. You're handsome and all, but sadly you're just a commoner. I could never marry you. You're hopeless. Ah, god damn it. I'm never ready for what she looks like. I always think it'll be slightly better than it is. And then I see her and I'm like, ugh. You guys ready for this? For 4 chapters? / 5, 6 chapters until she gets fixed? Where every time I'll think she looks worse, but she just looks the same. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Fucking Amon sprite down there. I apologize for not being able to check up on you more often. Your condition, it's worsening, isn't it? Yeah. It's okay, Jock, I understand. You have much to worry about. Well, I'm pretty sure that baby doesn't think about anything, except the darkness or whatever. He's probably talking to Asmodeus all the time. Saying, like, pissing him off with goo goo gagas or whatever. For me, I know I don't have much longer to live. I've made my peace with that. Please don't speak such words, Ailanda. Darius told me he's looking into a cure. One thing I just randomly thought about, it'd be really interesting if in the 3rd game, and I know I keep saying this, 3rd game, if, like, Amon becomes a lot closer to Darkholme, because Darkholme is the last group that's closest to the demons. Because, like, Scotty's gonna be dead. Like, and even if they're not, there's not really going to be a connection to Asmodeus after. I don't think. But, like, Darkholme is the only one left. So I have a feeling Darkholme will be fleshed out a lot more in the 3rd game, and Amon will be dealing with that. Yeah. Well, he is possessed by a dark force or whatever. Darius told me he's looking into a cure that he'll never find. Hey, Freeze. Yeah, Angelus? Yeah. He has his best magicians going over ancient tomes and scrolls as we speak. If they find anything, he will let us know. As if I would accept aid from the necromancers and their ilk. Still racist. Whatever cure they might offer is surely worse than death. You don't know that, Ilonda. And what about little Amon? Would you not do whatever you could to protect him? I'm a Lightbringer. I do not fear death. I would not sell my own soul to delay it. All I ask is that you looked after my son after I pass into the great beyond. Of course, Ilonda, you know I will. And I have no fear of what is to come. I ask that you leave me now. I am tired. I wish you luck in your war preparations. I love. Bod, I hope you're not angry with me. I won't give up on her, I promise. Okay, let's just go over here. Hey, Isha, why are you out here all by yourself? Never once thought I'd stand in the middle of the palace gardens. Thank you. Oh, I could see Jaka being like the Jagan they bring back, but he gets like FE6 Hectored or something. Where he gets like Amon, like the demon possesses Amon and he kills Jaka. And Jaka's like his mentor or something, and it like freaks him out. She does look like a Zelda Gerudo. As a kid, I used to stare at this palace and wonder who lived here. Do you regret coming back to Styxia? I will admit it was quite painful seeing my homeland again. I didn't spend many years here, but the memories are still... You never told me much about your life as a slave. Why the hell would you want to know? What's there to tell? I was beaten and abused daily by my master. I was a scrawny and weak child, powerless to do anything back. My owner was twice my size and can lift me up with one arm. He felt like such a giant to me. I was terrified of him. I bet you're able to snap his neck like a twig now. After I joined Brandon's pirate crew, I trained every day to grow stronger. I never wanted to feel so weak again, so I worked out every muscle I had. No one will ever again be able to force me to do anything I don't want. I'd like to see anyone try. I think you could still make her good with minimal issues, because, like, her skill is amazing. Like, this is probably the best physical skill. Minus 6 damage, her defense is 18. You know, her defense is 18 and she has a brave axe. You know, like, she's nuts. She's really good. What up, Halfdan? I'm never gonna use you again. This bloody heat's unbearable. Must be quite a shock for a Viking to travel this far south. This heat is a worthy adversary. I can't simply best it with my axe. However, I won't get the best of me. I will not give up. Bwahaha! He did. Do you visualize everything as an enemy to defeat? That's how a berserker lives his life. Everything is a battle to be fought. I do think the heat would be a little less unbearable if you removed the furs. Remove my bear skin? Why, I would never. A berserker can never part with those. They're like a second skin to us. You don't even remove them when you bathe? Bathe? Suddenly I understand where the smell comes from in camp. Ew. Yeah, he didn't become a whole Daniel. He'll always be a half Daniel. Alright, let's talk, Garam. Hoo-ha! Hey, hoo-ha! What are you doing, Garam? I'm chanting a tribal war song of my people. All centaurs do this before a great war. You're ready to go to war with Andaron, then, I hope? I may have disgraced Baldimon's honor by not dying for his cause. I will attempt to make up for my weakness by giving this my all. Garam, when Baldimon enlisted you to fight with us, I think he made a mistake. I'm not one to feel sorry for centaurs, but I don't think he realized what he did. You used complicated words too late. Explain it in a way I can understand. I think Baldimon thought you'd just tag along for a little while. I don't think he meant to bind you to us for all eternity. Whether he intended to do it or not does not matter. I have to follow the teachings of Angvik, the Eternal Hunter. Yeah, I'm gonna start redeploying him at some point. I just need to find the slots for it. That's how you feel I won't insult you by trying to release you from me. I hope you're ready for a fight. Of course, I'm always ready. Don't mess with this centaur. I want to check something. Okay, it's a C. You need a C to use a hammer. Okay, that's good, actually. Alright, Amelia. This world is so hateful. Strange way to start a conversation. Is something on your mind, Amelia? It isn't fair. Why do humans persecute my little terrors? And why do we call them that anyway? I call them cuties. The face-eating, skin-tearing, monstrous-looking creatures? You think we should call them cuties? That's right, I have researched the so-called terrors for years. They aren't all monstrous undead. They're cute spiders and wolves. Dire wolves are the size of a horse. Exactly, they're the perfect size to ride on, and they're fluffy. I once saw a direwolf pick up a man and slam him into the ground. Broke every one of his bones. The poor guy screamed until he died. It's like watching a bear play a stickball with a toddler's body. Did you know that the terrors don't only consist of the undead? Those ignorant Lightbringers lump many species together. Undead, mutant animals, even some lesser demons to boot. And mutated animals are much smarter than regular ones. So, have you listened to what I've been saying? They have feeling. It isn't okay to beat them to death like dumb rats. Try to come to an understanding with them. I just want to spread love for the cuties worldwide. I'll acknowledge, many terrors are improperly classified. I used to be a scholar myself. My mother didn't want me to become a mercenary for hire. There should be separate names for all terror subspecies, but in the end they all do attack human settlements. They'll never convince people to set aside their prejudice. You're wrong, I'll make it my life's mission if that's what it takes. I will bring about the unification of man and beast before I die. I mean, isn't Garum proof that man and beast fused together already? Good luck with that, I admire your conviction, even if I think they're a bit misguided. You'll see, someday everyone will see. It's not ominous. Chuck, I must thank you for helping me find the Tomb of Horrors. No problem, did you find what you were looking for down there? I guess so. Yes, I did. I uncovered the lost regalia of my house, the ancient Void Flare Tome. It is a remarkable tome, bringing with dark magic. I can feel the void inside it. I should feel satisfied, and yet I cannot stop thinking about the Tomb of Horrors. I wish I could have remained there to study the many scriptures on its walls. I feel like so much lost knowledge could have been unearthed down there. Alas, its secrets are now buried forever. You gotta leave some mysteries unsolved, otherwise you'd be bored out of your mind. Imagine a world without mystery or wonder. Wouldn't you be sad if you discover it all? But dear heavens no, that sounds delightful. I could finally rest and enjoy some hobbies. I thought that was your hobby. We nobles of House Darkholme have an insatiable hunger for knowledge. It is in our very blood to seek it out. It almost borders on obsession. If we become curious about a subject, we must delve deeply into it. I mean, with the Void Flare, he probably wouldn't have died. Failure to do so will drive us to madness, like what happened to Nemesis. That was the Wraith we encountered in the tomb? What happened to him? He was attempting to unlock the truth of the regalia, their hidden purpose. He claimed they were more than just well-crafted weapons of the past. He became so fixated on them that he traveled the world looking for clues. He became increasingly unhinged. Sadly, there are many such cases. I always thought House Darkholme was tasked by the Lightbringers to record history. You're telling me you're doing it as a result of having an obsessive compulsion? It is our greatest gift and our worst curse. The quest for knowledge is exhilarating. There is nothing quite like it in this world. I shall seek it for as long as I breathe. However, sometimes I wish I could stop being so curious about everything. I wish I could listen to a beautiful poem without wanting to decipher its meaning. I wish I could look up to the stars and not wonder how they came to exist. It sounds like a rough mindset to have. I'm glad I do not suffer from that. But now you're done with your quest, what will you do? Go back home? Decided to stay with your company and partake in the war. This might be one of the most brutal conflicts in history. How could I possibly miss it? What will you do if your family gets involved? We are invading their country after all. Don't worry, that will never happen. House Darkholme seldom picks sides. As long as you do not lay siege to Castle Darkholme, they won't bother. My family's too busy reading tomes. Castle Darkholme resides in Western Andaron. We have no true need to take it. And there's nothing to worry about. I look forward to the war to come. No doubt it will be quite fascinating. There's nothing fascinating about war. There's only death and suffering. Something else I just realized, is that after the war happens, every single house is basically annihilated in terms of their military strength, except for Darkholme. Darkholme is the only one who stays out of it, so they actually don't lose any military strength. So, you know, they become the most powerful house. Because, like, House Steel is destroyed, Flameguard is destroyed, House Ring is already destroyed, Spear Garden will be destroyed, Lightbringers, there's like 3 of them, you know, and House Rose is also destroyed. Well, no, House Rose still has heirs, technically, so, like, they're technically in one of the better spots. Oh yeah, we don't know how strong they are. They might control terrors too, we don't know. And witches and stuff. War is an aspect of life and thus something to be experienced. To live is to suffer. There are no ways around that fact. Well, we're gonna find out, right? Eventually. I mean, Rebellion Saga is gonna be interesting, because we're gonna deal with the Siege of Darkholme, and I'm gonna have to play it twice to go through all of the optional chapters, like the different routes and stuff, at least. But, you know, I'll figure out. I am gonna stream it at some point, but I'm gonna take a break, obviously, once I finish this, and do some other stuff to give it time. I shall enjoy this war like I would enjoy a tragic play. And I used to think Andalus was a strange guy. Hello, Bruno. Why are you hiding behind that wall? Hello, Mr. Jocka. I'm just listening. It's called eavesdropping. Who are you spying on? Is it Varg? I think he's my daddy. He said he was. And really? And how do you know that? I spoke with him and he told me he spent time in my village. He remembers my mother and they were close. Yeah, come on. Okay, come on, obviously. Timeline also matches, and he's a great sage. Has to be true, right? Yeah, how many other people have blue hair that you know? Come on, man. Wasn't that good news, Bruno? Why would that make you stand here eavesdropping? Yeah, I did hear about that, which is why I'm not gonna play it for like a month or two. You know, give it time to actually get to where it needs to go. Go over there and get to know your father. I'm sure I'll be happy to talk to you. I tried, but he's so incredibly strange. He kept calling me his test subject. I need to know if he talks this way to the other people around him. I always thought the Darkholmes were an odd bunch. I'm glad I'm not related to them. Why did my daddy have to be such a weirdo? I was so looking forward to meeting him. I envisioned he would be kind and wise. Instead, he's... I don't even know what. Bruno, please take a moment to listen to how you sound right now. You've been searching for your father ever since you joined our company. You created this perfect image of him inside your own head. Of course, reality is not going to live up to those impossible standards. I know that, it's just I hoped he would at least be a little more normal? Maybe he's just strange on the surface. Try to get to know him a little more. Maybe he'll open up to you eventually. You really think so? Well, it's impossible to say, but neither of us know Varg that well. Be a little patient and try to give it some time. Maybe it'll work out. Thank you, Mr. Jock. I'll try to do that. Hope I'm not setting her up to be disappointed, though I probably am. At least she has a dad now. I'd give anything to have my old man back. No, these moves won't do. I need to practice my shimmy. Oh, damn. Can I help you, love? Sorry for staring. I was lost in your moves. I've never seen anyone dance like that. Quite alright, love. I'm used to men's prying eyes. It comes with the profession. How long have you been dancing? Since I was 7 years old. 7? That's far too young to be dancing like that. All dancers in Styxia are handpicked as children and trained from an early age. Some are more fortunate than others. Myself, I was raised in a pleasure dome. Man, that's just wrong. Not an easy life, but I've come far these days. Since those days. As a royal dancer, I am much better taken care of. To harm a lady of the court is a crime, punishable by death. I may have to endure some rude stares and remarks. However, no man would dare touch me. It's forbidden. It has been enshrined into Styxian law since the start. This is not the case for all girls, just those lucky enough to make it to the top. Indeed, I hope that under King Darius we will see life improve for all dancers. I've already talked to the king about getting rid of those foul pleasure domes. He agreed with me. Young girls will no longer be forced to dance for old creepy men. Because dancing is the only thing they're doing for creepy old men in there. Now dancing will return to being the work of art that has been, it always historically has been. Not the prostitution it evolved into under the leadership of lesser kings. So dancing has been a part of your country for a long time now? The art of belly dancing is much more a part of our culture than the stupid practice of necromancy ever was. Yet it's all the people talk about, Styxia, the land of the living dead. Oh yeah! Always despised necros, but I bet if more people saw your dancing, they would have a much more positive view of Styxia. Well, at least now that you won't train young girls to do it anymore. We will still allow young girls to dance if they want to, but obviously not in these outfits. That's reassuring. My view of Styxia has improved, if only a little. Like the view you had of my backside earlier. Listen here, I was not checking out. Okay, I totally was. Feel free to punish me. Are all men from Andaron like you? No, I'm a special case. Okay, calm down over there. You're technically sort of married, betrothed to Victoria, so don't be a butt. Okay, it's time to go to Ahmed's store of bollocks to buy some things. But first, let's get all of these gems. Let's get 2 of these gems and this blue gem, and we'll sell them. Wait, no, Ahmed's shop. Hey there, buddy, you want deals? The skeleton's got the goods. Give me your gold or else. Yeah, 15,000 for a hammer and staff. That's a lot. Is there anything else in here of use? Rune sword's not bad. And flame swords are cheap. That is fair. If we look here, we now have 5 hammer and staffs, but I need to sell off some crap that I'm not going to use that has like low counts. Okay, I'm going to give the Auspice because I do not want to sell it by accident or something. Okay, this Killing Edge needs to go. I'm going to keep the Rune Sword, but I'm going to sell both these Flame Swords and this Dagger. And this one-shot Brave Lance. And we do have to make sure we have 30k for chapter 29. Okay, I'm gonna keep this Axe Reaver, but I'm gonna sell off these short spears and these flame lances. And that. Sell this short axe because one use of it is bad. I don't really need a steel bow. Now I'm gonna sell these physics. These one-use physics are kind of bad. I'm gonna keep this rescue staff because one use is still valuable. Sell this wind tome because it's just not good. I'll sell this Fimble Vetter too, and this Elwinds. Oh, maybe I sold it, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm gonna sell this Illuminate. And this Thoron. I'll keep these. I have 2 Nosferatu tomes here, and a bunch of Dark Spikes, and... I mean, I'll sell 2 of these Duelums, because I don't really care about them that much. Plus, they're worth a lot of money. Yeah, I can buy some of your useless crap, too. That's funny. Actually, I'll keep one. I'll keep 2 of them. I'll keep both of these auras, because I like them. I kind of want to keep this Ruin. Well, actually, it's whatever. Is there anything here that I really should sell? No, not particularly. Is there any really good weapons I could sell? Like, I could sell this Silver Blade. And the Moonblade. I feel bad. Goodbye, Moonblade! Can't remember who it was for, but somebody cool. Also, one Master Seal. I'll sell that. I'll sell that. Oh yeah, I should sell that too. I don't really need this shining bow. Like, what am I... Who the hell am I gonna use this for? But I guess I can keep it. Let's sell one of the Elfires. And I'll sell this Ruin. Okay, so we got one more. So we officially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 Hemmerns. We got 6 Hemmern staffs out of that. That should be good enough to kind of manage what we need to do. Rune Sword is tempting, but I think that's all we can do for now with the money we've got. So I think we're okay. Lord of Lances, how's your day going, buddy? You here to buy some of my random crap wares? Didn't you steal these goods off the bodies of dead men? Seems morbid to be just selling them like that. Don't be silly, my guy. Dead man can't have property. It's totally okay to take every last thing they used to own. But you still shouldn't be selling those items. You should give them to the army for free. Counterpoint, I don't wanna. But Ahmed, we're about to launch a war on Andaron. If these weapons can't save our lives, why not give them away? You fool, this is the best time to earn tons of gold. It's probably earned like $70,000 from me already. I'll become a billionaire by war profiteering. Then the great metas rise will become unstoppable. What are you gonna do with all that gold? Hire lots of sexy skeleton gals to shake their bones for me? You must be joking. I have needs! He does have needs. Are we ready for war? Yes. I'm ready. You've already ended the reign of one king. Let's add one more notch to that belt of yours. Meanwhile, at Castle Flameguard. True, which is what Flameguard does constantly. Or like what happened to Garum. Our spies report that Styxy has finished their preparations. Their troops are marching out of the capital towards our border. Seems Jock has made a friend with yet another foreign ruler. It's like an undying cockroach. This timing is highly inconvenient. I'm close to making a breakthrough. I doubt I'll be able to complete my work before they make it here. You look pale, Brianna. Is everything alright? It's nothing. I'm just worried. Don't be. We have brave men defending our walls. And it's not like you're pregnant. Isn't that right, Cyrus? They are ready and waiting, yes indeed, Lady Cassandra. But do you truly believe Jaka plans to attack our walls? The Infernal Pass is the only path they have that leads into Andaron, short of amassing a fleet of ships and sailing around the western edge. Doesn't matter what Jaka wants, this is the only path he can pursue. Even if Jaka throws all his might at our walls, he will not breach them. Darius must have some kind of trick or secret weapon up his sleeves. You need to figure out what they're up to, General. Guarding the wall is your job. Easy to demand, but difficult to follow. I will do my best to uncover their plot. You look like you have something to say, John. Lady Cassandra, if we're going into battle, I have a request. Yes? This is regarding the morale of our troops. The men are starting to grow uneasy. There are rumors that some of the soldiers are contemplating deserting their posts. Are they such cowards that the very thought of an invasion scares them? We should have those men executed. Our soldiers will give their lives to defend us. They do not fear battle. However, there have been some troubling rumors going around the castle lately. Men are whispering about why our people are being sent down to the dungeons. May I suggest that Lord Alvaro's work be put on hold until we've defeated Jaka? The king himself has requested I carry on with this research. I cannot stop now. The work must continue no matter what. Nephew, you claim to be developing some kind of weapon, yet refuse to elaborate. Is this something we'll be using in the battle itself? You should inform me now. It will be revealed when the time's right, Uncle. The enemy cannot find out about it. Every single man who is sent down to your dungeon is never seen or heard from again. The soldiers have begun to take notice. All you need to know is that every body has been put to good use. My men are not expendable pawns to be used in your twisted experiments. Cyrus, you forget your place. You do not raise your voice against us. Your brother is no longer here to speak in your defense, so remember your propriety. As if I could ever forget what you did to him. I know not of what you speak. I loved Sir Gareth until a tragic death did us part. That's why I call him Sir Gareth and not whatever his actual name was. You can tell how much I loved him. Such an unexpected tragedy indeed. Alvaro's work continues, and that will be the end of this chat. Now, unless my ears deceive me, I think a visitor has arrived. Your Majesty, thank you for making the journey here. Is this your true body, or is it one of your clones? I'm not a clone. I see. And did Galahad's Steel Knights travel here with you? They will arrive later. Excellent. With them by our side, Jaka's army could outnumber us 10 to 1. Does not matter how hard they fight, they will fall in a tide of steel. My king, would you like for us to brief you on the details of our plan so far? No, I'd like a moment alone with my wife. Of course, your highness. Clear the room, everyone. Now I will sit on the throne, because why not? Welcome, Morty. I've missed you. I missed you too, Bree. How have you been? Oh, we're at nicknames now. Tired mostly, but it's been difficult to sleep properly. My stomach is always in knots. Have you told your mother yet? If everything occurs as you predicted, I won't need to. My mother will never know about our child. Are you truly okay with that? She is your mother, after all. She's a terrible woman, Morty. Vicious, cruel, heartless. I love my mother, but Andaron will be better off without her. Compared to the sacrifices you've made, I've no reason to complain. We have to make a better world, no matter how high the costs. I've supported you since the first moment you ever confided in me. Nobody understands you like I do. Once we finish the work, you'll be able to step out into the light. You won't have to hide the truth from the world any longer. The continent will hate us. Every great ruler is eventually hated. That does not make them less great. You're right. May the ancestors guide us to greatness. May the 9 divines chart a path to the future. Yeah, she does reference it very strongly. Alright, time for garbage chapter where we're going to do some information gathering today. I don't think we're going to clear it quickly. But we will find out some info. The Infernal Pass, the only path a Styxian army can use to breach Andaron's border. House Flameguard has guarded this southern passage since Joseph's children found it. The Lightbringers toiled to construct a wall barring the pass from east to west. For 1,000 years it has resisted countless invasions. No army has broken through. Despite this, Jaka and Darius seem hell-bent on breaching the pass, a surely suicidal move. But little do the Flame Guards know. The newly crowned Styxian king has a trick up his sleeve. Lady Cassandra, we've sighted the Styxian army in the pass. They will arrive before sundown. So Bountymon's sidekick has finally arrived at our doorstep, alongside his mercenaries. All I see are a bunch of dead dogs walking. Ornheim and Temed have joined them as well. This is a full-blown invasion. They've united Aurora against us. It isn't as if Pyrrhus and the Vikings have joined the southern spearhead. Instead, they've opted to attack our lands from 3 different directions. That gives us a defender's advantage, to say nothing of our mighty walls. I do not believe they will fall upon the fire-forged walls with reckless abandon. They must have a deeper scheme in mind. Great General Cyrus shivers in fear before an army of doomed men. Lord Gareth would weep if he could see how far his brother has fallen. Which, methinks you twisteth that knife a little too eagerly. Have you any confessions you wish to make before Jaka arrives? The divines might not banish you to hell if you lay bare your soul. Babbling nonsense again? I have no idea of what you speak, Cyrus. Quit yapping about the old days. Get your troops ready for war. We don't have to battle Jaka. We could pursue diplomacy. In an elongated war, Andaron will not defeat 3 nations, especially when they act in a united capacity. Jaka's coming for our king's head. Do you think he'll accept a sorry? He's still angry we killed his lover. Banish the notion of treating with our enemies, Cyrus. It won't work. Wow, way to call him gay for fun. Seems we must fight. What if Jaka breaches our walls? Sir Galahad will arrive soon with a platoon of his steel knights. Dixie's undead will crumble into bone meal beneath their shields. Aren't they our infernal knights now? Following the king's announcement? Infernal knights, that does sound delightful. Sadly, we still have a while before we rule Andaron. Timetable is unacceptable. I haven't made enough progress. I barely have 3 dozen harbingers at my disposal. Can't you delay the invaders for another week or 2, Mummy? 2 months would give me enough time to break 1,000 minds. No can do, Alvaro. You'll have to cobble together whatever you can. Jaka won't sit and wait politely at our walls while we amass an army. Every one of your super soldiers is worth 100 of our finest. Perhaps, but I've yet to perfect the mind control mechanisms. They're little more than savage beasts and will act as such. At best, I can only direct them towards lumps of living meat. Savage beasts capable of shattering iron-forged walls with their fists. If they tear apart some of our boys, then so be it. Jaka has to die. Alvaro, don't forget to set aside a few bodyguards for your sister. We need to make sure Jaka can't send an assassin to target her. Of course, Mummy, don't you worry. Nobody will lay a hand on little Bree. I've fashioned a rudimentary sigil she can use to direct their wrath. Sister, do you remember how to use the sigil? Just point it at your enemy. We'll even allow my minions to shield you from harm, so never lose it. I do, though I hope I never have to use it. And that's the thing that makes her invincible. Bless your innocent heart, sister. Our soldiers made a brave sacrifice. They will live on as weapons for our house for the rest of eternity. We will honor them as heroes. What more could a peasant ask for? Don't worry, we've taken good care of their families, Brianna. They won't voice any complaints, of that I assure you. Well, that's nice to hear. Alright, I'll keep a few as bodyguards then. Does that please you? I'm only looking out for Mommy's little girl. What the fuck are we doing here? How did it go? Were you able to talk sense into Lady Cassandra? That ignorant witch? She wouldn't listen if I told her ice was cold. God, how I hate her. Our house used to be lauded by our contemporaries, but our reputation is tanked thanks to the news of Alvaro's experiments. No walls can hide the sounds of inside the warden's dungeon. Some men say they can hear banshees wailing at night. The divines will punish us for leaving those men to suffer. What can we do now, Father John? Our house's last hope was lost. The only person who could have challenged Alvaro's legitimacy. If the boy were still alive, he might be able to kill Alvaro. He isn't dead, Cyrus. I helped him and his sister flee Flameguard. I put them in a safe place. I won't make them mop up our mess. Father John, you mean all this time he wasn't? But Cassandra told me he had perished in the dungeon. She lied, as always. I spent weeks planning how to set them free. Then I executed my plan quietly. Why didn't you tell me sooner? If you were who knew, the better. He's still alive, young Cyrus. But the torture was too much. He fell to the dust afterward. Last I heard, he became a common pickpocket in Malfrax slums. And his sister? She retreated into herself. Hallucinations, delusions. A sad end to Garrett's twins. He loved them so much. We failed those children. Perhaps it is just that Jaka may soon take our lives. That's a solid army right there. Just one sec. Yeah, I mean, if he becomes 3/4 Dan, we might have a chance. It's time for battle. Alright, it's about time you told everyone your plan. If we trudged all the way up north for nothing. I couldn't risk Andaron's spies obtaining this information. You'll be pleased when you hear what I have to say. I'm all ears. You may recall the name of Lich Queen Morganis, yes? We retrieved her amulet from the Tomb of Horrors. I'm not that forgetful. Alright, back in the day, she brought Andaron to its knees. She had a plan in the works to breach your defenses. She sent ghouls to hollow out dozens of underground tunnels. Those tunnels are right here, beneath Flameguard's feet. How could House Flameguard overlook such a thing? Catacombs beneath the internal walks are a maze. Mapping them out is not a simple task. Many tried. You also need necromantic magic to find the path. How did you learn of these tunnels? Through my father's diary. He investigated Morganis. He admired her. Gross. It's been hundreds of years since you dug those tunnels. They're unstable. We'll have to send a small squad in. They can follow my markers to find the exit. They'll attack Flameguard's interior and open the gates. Then we can rush in and slay Cassandra in one fell swoop. The wall can only be opened from the inside by pulling 2 levers at once. This requires 2 teams to coordinate their efforts, so choose them wisely. Or I cannot do any of that, because that's ridiculous. Because these guys will trap you in there. So the rest of our troops will attack the wall head-on? Correct. All we need to do is draw her gaze. That should give our infiltration team some time to activate the switches. If she's focused on the battle outside the wall, she might not detect them. At least not until it's too late. Yes, this will buy our teams time to get inside and pull the levers. Alright, I'll pick my best for the task. They need to be quick and efficient. If you want, I can order my troops to charge ahead and clear a path for your men. That might be useful. You want them to help? Sure. Sounds like a good plan. Order your men to charge alongside our forces, if that's your wish. Alright, kill Cassandra is the goal. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. So she's got 43 attack power. And she has 48 skill, which is hilarious. 48 skill, 35 speed. Good thing her weapon is magic based, because we'd be dead otherwise. That's Alvaro. He's not actually that strong. But he could be strong. He has renewal, which is annoying. And then Brianna with Hellfire, which we can never get. It's a physical damage tome, which is wacky. Actually, no, it's not, because her damage is 70. She is the strongest thing I've ever seen. And we have Cyrus. Oh yeah, I'll say it now. The secret lunatic objective for this chapter is the one we did last time, which makes it sucky. Recruit Cyrus to clear the chapter, which means keep every Flame Knight and Cyrus alive to win the chapter. So we cannot kill any of these guys. We have to keep them all alive. Luckily, they all have 2 ranged weapons, and that's what we have to use to kind of, you know, keep them out of the way. So John does have a Physic, a Recover, a Holy Symbol, and he also has this ability, Voice of Peace. This guy's got Red Dust. This guy has a Flame Sword. It's kind of interesting. More Red Dust. A Goddess icon from this guy. Physics, Spear, Angelic Robe. So this is like that mini-boss guy over there. He's pretty strong, but I would love another Angelic Robe. A Brave Axe, and then a Blue Gem over here, which I would love to take. And a Spirit Dust, which I need. I need this thing, because I need to give it to Natalie to boost her magic stat. But if this assassin is fast enough, how fast is he? Oh, he's got 31 speed. I am not stealing from him. I can never steal from him. He is way too fast. Unless I could lower his speed a lot. Because there are things that can lower speed. I can pick 16 for this. Coulter's got 27 speed, which is fine. It's just... Okay, no, I'm not bringing Jahara. Get out of here with that. I'm not bringing Christina either, or Lilynette. Oh, man, I'm back at the situation again where it's like, I have to bring some people. I mean, we could. I could also use Darius. Anyway, I don't care about that at this exact moment. Okay, so Ralphir is pretty decent. Like, his stats aren't bad. And he's got 25 defense, so he's pretty much a tank at the moment with his pretty nice 69 avoid. Natalie is okay. I could use a couple more level ups though. Isabelle is good. Like, she's fine. Her res is a little lower than I'd like, and her strength is a little low, which is weird, but it's fine. Theodore is fine, too. I really need Shay to get some experience points. I mean, I could bench Garam, you're right. I do have that option. But I need to start using Fred. Okay, so... yeah, let's bench Garam. We're gonna bring Dawn instead. There are no chests in here. I mean, we could still make him good. We just have to, you know, believe in, I don't know, do something. It's not impossible. Wait, what's her stat? She's got a D. He has an A in swords, which is good. What does he have? He's got almost an S in axes. You know, he's getting there. What's his magic stat? 1, so no, don't use that shining bow. I have 2 Nosferatus. That's actually good. Yeah, it is great. Okay, now let's figure out what we're gonna do here. Obviously, I can't steal that magic dust as much as I would like to. But there's the blue gem guy. And the goddess icon guy. But he's over there, so I don't really care about him that much. Angelic robe, I don't care, I'll kill that guy anyway. I'll get a brave axe, but yeah, the blue gem guy is that guy. So I just have to be ready to, like, take him down. I mean, first of all, like, John is right there. Well, I'm probably not going to use the switches. I'll probably use the rescue strat, if I'm being honest. gotta create a team that's, like, good. Good enough to kind of deal with some stuff. Oh, he already has a rescue staff, that's good. Well, so she has that. Let's see, his movement is there. How many swords are there out there? There's not really any sword guys in here. Except for this guy. But I don't even really care about him. And obviously her. So yeah, we're gonna take his sword reaver away for now. And we're gonna give him a tomahawk. Actually, tomahawk is 13, short axe is 10. Yeah, we'll give him a tomahawk. He has the stuff to use it, so it's fine. Okay, so I think this is how I want to do it. You know, I have these two over here to kind of charge up and recruit Father John. Along with Estelle, who can attack, and I'm not really worried about her dying. Then on this side we have Theodore, who is very strong with the Rose Thorn. We have Sham, and we have Isabel. Isabel can like go to the front, though I do have to be careful of that guy, because like I can't trigger his ass, you know. So like I'm gonna have to do a lot of Theodore stuff where I cook the Rose Thorn and just kind of hang out. Good news is this guy is not very strong. So, you know, we'll do that. We'll move our way forward. We will have to draw Cyrus out at some point, which will be interesting. The moment we do, she will move. So I have to decide who is going to trigger this. The problem with him is, like, he only has one ranged weapon, so he is going to charge somebody. Good news is his defense is very high. So, you know, like, somebody is going to trigger him. But it's just going to be what it is. Like, we might have to figure something else out later. Yeah. So, like, as long as we don't crit him, we should be fine. His luck is terrible. But he has 16 res, so, like, even if he had 16 res and he were to attack Isabel, I mean, he would take a lot of damage, but with 20, like, her physical attack is not that great. So, like, if you add the Brave Lance... Actually, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Brave Lance away from her, and I'm going to give her something less good. Do I have any Steel Lances down here? Yeah, I have a Steel Lance. I'm going to give her a Steel Lance that she can use. Its attack is 11, so it would be 31. So, like, if she tried to attack me, or if he tried to attack, I would do 3. So I can use her to kind of bait him out, and then, you know, see what happens. I can always bait her over and then rescue her to the other side, and then he's kind of stuck in limbo hell. And then he just kind of doesn't do anything because nobody's in his range. And we have to remember that these reinforcement bombs will show up over here. And then reinforcement bombs will also show up over here. So I have to be ready to kind of hold the fort with whoever I pick. Jaka can hold his own, I have no problem with that. Helga probably can too. Fred might be able to, so he's going to need a little bit of help. Kurt absolutely could as well. Keeping in mind that I am going to need to, you know, use hammer and staffs on Gale Force at some point. So, like, I'm not going to be able to use this very much to start with, because I don't have another person who can use a stave right now. Like, she's not quite there yet. But I'll take this away just for the hell of it, and I will give her a barrier staff, assuming that she is going to unlock this chapter. Now, the other option I have, of course, is that, like, you know, I rescue Kurt up as soon as I can to kind of hammer in the stuff that he needs to do. But I think I'll be okay for now. Like, he's got 80 avoid with a longbow. You know, so like, he's probably not going to get hit that easily. I mean, even if he does, like, Kurt's defense is 20, so, you know, he's not going to take a ton of damage. And plus I've got Jaka, and I've got these guys to help me out, so... Anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Next time we will begin Chapter 26. Till then, take it easy, have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye!